What is going on, beautiful people? Lee Hammock, your favorite. You can have a favorite diagnosed narcissist, here with another episode today. Today, we're talking about the Hoover and why narcissists come back out of nowhere. Why some of them refuse to leave you alone. While they wait till you think you are healing, and then all of a sudden, bing, message, bing, email, doom, 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 doom. I was just in your neighborhood. They show up out of nowhere. Why is that, y'all? Why is the narcissist trying to Hoover and things like that? I think a lot of people think that narcissists love you and care about you, right? And that's why they keep reaching out. Maybe like some of you have it in your minds that they finally realize what they have done wrong and they want to make changes and they want to be good this time. You probably heard that line 1,000 times. Like narcissists, they say the same things over and over again, especially if it keeps working. Why would they change something that works, right? Maybe in your mind, you're thinking that you're telling yourself this story that maybe they figured out what they've done wrong. Maybe they are finally ready to listen and take accountability. Maybe. Maybe, baby. If maybe had a baby, they call it maybe baby. Call it maybe's baby. But the chances of a narcissist changing are very, very low. No, it's just rarely, if ever, right? But from a narcissist perspective, it's not because they love you or miss you. The reason that they reached out is because they typically missed the supply. They missed the narcissistic supply they had. They missed the access that they had to you. They're not done with you just yet. They still think that you belong to them, right? So today we're going to break down the mechanics of the narcissistic Hoover, why we do it, why we as narcissists do it, and why the second or third round, fourth round, fifth round gets worse. Why it gets worse, the more time you go back, it gets worse. So before we hop too deep in today's episode, make sure you check out my website, mentalhealness.net, for all things Lee Hammock, coaching, courses, everything. Zoom calls, phone calls. I have text message coaching coming up as well. Check that out, mentalhealness.net. But let's get the love thing out of the way. I know some people just like, they love me. That's why they reached out. You want that to be true, don't you? You want that to be true. But narcissists Hoover you. It's because they missed the supply. Or if they've moved on, the narcissistic supply that they were getting from whoever else they were talking to has run out. It has run low. It is non-existent. So here they come again to try to get into your life, to try and mess with you. That's the space right there that goes on. They are trying to get back into your life to disrupt your life. It really is. Like, if narcissists can't be by themselves. I think that's clear and evident to everybody who's ever dealt with a narcissist, that narcissistic people struggle to be by ourselves, right? So if we're in a relationship and we feel like the new relationship is fizzling out, like the spark is gone, we're not getting the same level of narcissistic supply that we were getting from the new supply. We are no longer getting, right? We're no longer getting that same level of new supply. So because I think this relationship is going to end, guess what I do? I start reaching out to my exes. I start contacting my old supplies. I start liking old pictures. I unblock you and pop back up in your likes or your story views, right? Your Instagram story views. Now you see me. Where did I come from? And your mind is like wondering, what is going on? Why did they unblock me? Why are they watching my story again? Do they finally care? Have they changed? All these questions are running through your head. And my only question running through my head is, are you seeing it? Are you noticing it? Right? Should I reach out? Should I contact you? Hopefully you'll be the one that contacts me. Because if you contact me, I'm good to go. I'm back in there like swimwear. Because if you contact me, hell yeah, I got it. You see what I'm saying? If you contact me, I'm good to go. You took a lot of the work off of my plate. A lot of the work that I thought I would have to do, you've taken it off my plate. I don't have to do anything else. You're doing it for me. So it works. That's why I do it. Sometimes it works. You mean? So the Hoover or the subtle Hoover, the reaching out, the not reaching out, to make sure that you see me, the asking your friends about you. I can ask your friends about you. I can contact your mom or whatever. That's a Hoover. It's like kind of like an ownership test. Make sure to see if my key the key to your life, see if it still works. See if you change the locks. And again, if you respond, I know the lock has not been changed and I can come back into your life, even if you have someone else. Even if you've moved on, but you don't block me and still allow me access, I still think I can get you. And sometimes they're true. I've done one-on-ones with people before with a narcissistic ex. They've moved on. They're in a new relationship. Their narcissistic ex unblocks them, hoovers them, and they leave the new relationship to go back to the old relationship, only for it to fail and them leaving you high and dry. Don't do that. That's ruining you. So many people ruin their lives giving the narcissist another chance. It's wild, but I get it, right? It's crazy, but I get it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's what ends up happening to so many people over and over again. And again, you will get some narcissists don't move in silence. They will try to hoover you. They'll try to do what I call the active hoover, right? They'll actively be trying to come back into your life. They will actively do something. They'll actively just drive past the park or something like that where y'all used to frequent. Drive by your favorite restaurant or your favorite coffee shop or something like that, and they'll send you a picture of it. They'll just say, oh, thinking about you. Rode by your favorite coffee shop. Rode by that park. Remember that park we went into? I clapped the cheeks in that park. Drove by there and got me thinking about you. Hope you're doing well. Or they'll just do something like that. They'll use nostalgia or the memories of the good times. Send you a picture from when you first met or a picture when you first smiled or something like that to get you thinking, to get you to drop your guard. That is also a hoover. They'll do that type of stuff right there. And that nostalgia is hope. When a narcissist is sending you something nostalgic, their hope is that it bypasses the bad stuff. It bypasses the abuse. It bypasses the bad times. We go straight to the good times. That's what the nostalgia hoover is about, right? They'll use in old good times to hopefully bypass the bad times and get you talking. Another thing that narcissists will do in this situation is they'll offer you a fake apology. And I know some of y'all get tired of hearing that. Like, they'll send you a message or email out of nowhere or some of them will actually write you a letter and just say something like, I've been doing a lot of thinking. And I realized that I wasn't perfect. I realized that I might have done you wrong. Everything was not as good as it could have been. And I'm sorry for that, right? I'm sorry for that. But like, there's no specificity in there. But somebody saying I wasn't perfect, they're still not taking accountability for what they've done. They didn't just come outright and say I was abusive. They're still trying to deflect and trying to take away some of the veracity of it. They're trying to not necessarily devalue it. They're trying to diminish what they've done. They really have. They very rarely will they offer a true, authentic apology. They'll just offer what you might perceive as an apology to get back into your life. It's very low effort. It's very low risk. And sometimes when you are still in a vulnerable state or you're still healing, it might work. Oh, they said that they were sorry. They finally are taking accountability. They said they weren't perfect, but they also said you were not perfect either. We both made mistakes. Nobody is perfect in a relationship. You did some wrong too. That's not an apology. This really is just bait, y'all. And I'll just also say this right here. There are some narcissists who will use a crisis in their life to reach out. They'll wait till something bad is happening and they'll absolutely reach out to you. Like, this is manipulative as hell, right? They'll say something like, the dog is sick. My goldfish went belly up. My octopus snuck out his aquarium and I can't find it anywhere. My cat meowed for the last time. Or they'll just say that they themselves are sick, or they'll use your crisis. Like, you might be going through something and they hear it through the grapevine, or they've been stalking you and they'll use your vulnerability as a reason to watch out. Crisis and vulnerability hoovers work for narcissists because they are weaponizing your empathy or your need for companionship against you. Because like I said, and if this is the most manipulative way to get you to break no contact, because you don't want to feel like a bad person because you didn't respond to me. My mom is sick. My dad is sick. Hey, I know I beat your ass every day for the last 25 years, but my mom is sick. I don't want to go through this by myself. My dog is not barking anymore. My cat's meow box is broken. Again, my fish went belly up, not belly down. It's floating at the top of the tank. I don't know what to do. Do you know a fish doctor that I can take my fish to? Come on now. They know they're using your best qualities against you. And this is why having a high capacity for empathy can be your downfall, because you don't want to feel like a bad person for reaching out. And like I said, y'all, you're not a bad person for not reaching out. You're not a bad person for not breaking no contact. They forfeited the ability for you, the reason for you being there when they treated you horribly. You're not a bad person. I don't think I understand how many one-on-ones over Zoom I've done or phone calls that I've done where people would just say, hey, I was doing good. And then somebody in their family got sick. Somebody in my family got sick. Something bad happened and we ended up reconnecting. And I gave them another chance. And guess what, Lee? After I gave them another chance, it got worse. Which is the next topic of why the more you go back, it gets worse, right? If you go back, the abuse will accelerate. You know what I mean? Maybe the time before you took him back, it was 3 months, then 2 months, then 1 month. Then the next day, after y'all got back together, y'all slept together, and now they're being abusive the very next day. It happens, y'all. When you accept a Hoover, a narcissist, thinks that's you accepting their behaviors. That's you accepting the bad treatment. That's you saying that you're okay with whatever they put you through, right? You're telling them. I'm not saying that you're actually saying this, but this is how narcissists perceive it when you respond to a Hoover. You're telling us, you can treat me like trash, discard me, cheat on me, abuse me, and I will still take you back. You just handed them, like I said, the permission slip to do it again. And they're going to do it again. This is why when you go back, it gets worse. Like the love bombing phase will absolutely be shorter this time if there is a love bombing phase. Sometimes they come back. Y'all just pick up where you left off. There's no love bombing phase. There's no apologies. And they don't have to work hard to hook you. They got you. They're not going to go above and beyond for somebody that they've been with for 10 years. They're just going to give you the bare minimum until you accept them back into their life. And then the evaluation phase will start. And then they will get meaner. And then they will they will resent you for taking them back. They're going to look at you as weak for taking them back. Like, I can't believe you forgave me again. Wow. They're going to look at you like you're weak. I'm not saying you're weak. This is just how a narcissist is going to view you. Damn, you fell for that same old trick again. Damn, what's wrong with you? So if you go back to a Hoover or after a Hoover, you're not going back to the same person you fell in love with. You're going back to a person who the mask is off, and they're going to let you know that mask is off big time. Bigly, right? Bigly. So you have to empower yourself. How do you, well, Lee, okay. How do I stop the Hoover? Hoover is like I said, y'all know where the term Hoover came from. It's like a vacuum cleaner. The Hoover vacuum cleaner, they suck you back in. You have to realize that the Hoover or the vacuum cleaner only works if it's plugged in. And you're the power source. It only works if it's plugged in. If the Hoover keeps working, they're going to keep getting unlimited power. It's like you're a solar powered vacuum cleaner, right? So when that text message or that email comes through, or that DM on Instagram or Snapchat message comes through, you don't have to take it. You can block them. It doesn't mean that they miss you. It really does mean that something's going on in their life. Supply is low. They need something from you. It's a transaction. They're trying to be transactional again. You literally have to be a black hole. Not even gray rock. You can block them. You don't have to respond to them. If you don't have kids, you don't have to respond to them. You don't have to respond to them at all. Block them. Give them silence. I know somebody will be like, I'm just going to ignore them this time. The more you ignore, the more they're going to see that as a response. You didn't block me, so I still think there's a chance. You stay on solid ground by realizing that narcissistic person is just the same person who ruined you, and they've gotten worse, right? They've gotten worse. The good version that they bring up, the good times that they bring up are no longer existent. They might have happened, but they're no longer existent, y'all. So watch out for that Hoover attempt, y'all. If you want to learn how to fight a Hoover live and in person, I have an event coming up in New York City on June the 2nd. New York City. It's called The Foundation. It's a live in-person Q&A, June the 2nd, New York City in the Manhattan area. Find more information at www.mentalhealness.net/events or go to mentalhealness.net. Scroll to the bottom and get registered up, y'all. I'll see y'all live and in person. Thank you. As always, y'all, Mental Healness is out. Peace.